So my name is Liz New. I'm the senior manager here at the Makerspace. We're a 10,000 square foot prototyping facility that's open to every single school at NYU. We are here to support the students, learning how to use all of these machines and taking those skills with them out into the world, which is pretty exciting. So we have a lot of stuff available for the students. We have free materials all around the Makerspace so that even if you don't have, any money, you can still, hot glue some cardboard together to make prototypes. You had asked about the design lab, so this is the design lab. We have 40 graduate and undergraduate students that work with us, and part of their job is that they give workshops to other students. And so that programming is really key to who we are in supporting our student community, and it's really exciting. So the workshops kind of have a life of their own. And then if students are excited about something that we're not offering, then they can spend the semester building out a new workshop to present next semester. These printers and the Ultimakers are actually free for the students to use. All of the other 3D printers in our Makerspace have fees associated with them, and but there's a 50% discount for students. So the idea is that it costs just enough money that you have to think about it before you do it, but not so much money that we are trying to bankrupt you if you need to make something really big. This is a project we've been working on for a long time now. You'll see the shredder in the back. It's actually having a redesign right now. But one of the things that we've been super interested in is sustainability in our space and reusing things. And so we have built a giant shredder for the PLA. And then we have some ovens downstairs in the basement. We've been using the ovens in the basement to make these PLA sheets, which then we're hoping, once we get them a little nicer, these can actually be very sharp, but we're hoping to be able to put them onto the laser cutters. So we have a secondary machine that we're making right now where it will compress the plastic while it's hot and maybe get flatter and more consistent sheets so that we can make sure that the settings that they're using on the laser cutter are not going to catch anything on fire, which is great. Actually, here, you've already videotaped these. So you can see this is one solid 3D printed piece. But the thing that's really cool is actually, so this guy, right? Not only is it big enough to actually get onto your head, right? And you can see out of it. But one of our TAs made this, and he made it on the free printers. So he made it in sections so that you could glue it together and he wouldn't have to pay for an enormous print like that. And then he donated it to the Makerspace when he graduated, which I feel like is so cool. Soldering stations, we actually have a lot of these. We moved them underneath, I think, one of the tables because the students have been working in groups and they need the workspace. But these are great little CNC machines. The company that makes them, actually, these are very old. I think they're from almost 8 years ago. But they still make these. They just make them a little bit more complicated and a little bit bigger. Part of what we teach them to do, these are a little bit sharp. This one hasn't been cleaned. The initial projects are learning how to make these Charners cubes. So part of the learning process is for each person to make one side of the 6-sided cube so we can get 6 lessons out of one. And then when we're done, we have this cool thing where we can be look what the students made. This is so cool. Downstairs, I'm not going to take you guys downstairs, but downstairs we have a water jet cutter, so we can cut sheets of steel and stone. We've done work in glass for some faculty members. The students run that. My student staff run that, but the student body is not allowed to learn how to use it. And then we also have the baths for dissolving the filament, the support material. That's down there because we don't want anybody to touch it. So it's there, and we show students how to use it, and then they realize how much work they need to do in order to make the machine work. They're like, no, thank you. This is not a business professional space. We don't do service work. If students email us and they're like, we need you to finish this part for us. I'm like, no, that is not what we do. You come in, you learn how to use the machines, you use the machines yourself. NYU actually has a service lab. It's in Manhattan. It's called LaGuardia Studios, and they actually have our machines are great, but they're all things that the students can touch. They have really fancy machines, and they have a staff of 8 people, and you order things from them, and they finish produce a finished part for you that you pay for. We are a nonprofit, which means that you are not supposed to be making money here. It is a prototyping lab. So if you need to make 12 lamps to figure out what your production lamp is going to look like, we're here for that. If you want to produce your production lamp, you have to go somewhere else. We're here to support their education and their ability to learn. There's an entrepreneurial institute, there are other labs on campus, there are other ways to produce objects for manufacture. That's not what we're here to support.